points are left only. There's no concept in it, like small topics are remaining, such as parthenocarpy, apomixis, polyhydrony, and seed and fruit development. These small topics are the last thing of the whole chapter. So we'll complete it in this lecture today, and then we'll go with the next chapter. So seed and fruit development, it is initiated by fertilization. So seed development or the food development, it starts with the fertilization process. Now, which part develops and what in a seed and fruit? The integuments part we have seen in the female gametophyte, the integuments, the covering that was around the embryo sac, those were the integuments. Now, these integuments develop or transform into seed coat of a mature seed. When the fertilization process is completed, the next step is the integuments that are present around the embryo sac, they develop into a seed coat of a mature seed. Now next, the seed, the fruit, inside the fruit the seed is present, and that seed consists of two coverings. The outer one is called as testa, and the inner one is quite thin, and it is called as tegmen. Therefore, the seed consists of two coverings, outer is testa and the inner is tegmen, and the tegmen is quite thin. Now there is a period called dormancy in seed and fruit development. Now this is a metabolic arrest. Metabolic arrest is nothing, it goes for a rest period. The whole metabolic activities stop at that time. That is called as metabolic arrest. And in metabolic arrest, it is for survival in adverse conditions. Like if the conditions are not favorable for their development process or the development period, therefore the seed and the fruit they goes in the period called dormancy, which is a metabolic arrest for the survival in the adverse condition. This is the seed and fruit development. These points were need to explain. Now the next topic is apomixis. Apomixis is nothing but the formation of embryo by asexual method. Like it does not involve the formation of gametes. There is no meiosis and there is no syngamy taking place. Like there is no formation of taking place of a sexual method. It is purely a sexual method without the formation of gametes. There will be no formation of gametes, no meiosis will be taking place, and there is no syngamy. Now in apomixis there are two terms that need to be studied. The first one is apogamy and the second one is apospory. Now what is apogamy? In apomixis, when gametophyte produces embryo sac without fertilization. Now when the gametophyte produces an embryo sac without fertilization, this process is called as apogamy. And apospory is when a diploid cell produces a diploid gametophyte. In apospory, apomixis involves a process called as apospory, like the diploid gametophyte, the mother cell, the diploid cell produces a diploid gametophyte, like a diploid offspring is produced without the fertilization process is called as apospory, and the best examples are orange and mango. There are two main categories of apomixis. The first category is recurrent apomixis and the second category is non-recurrent apomixis. Now we have to study each category in detail, like what it consists of. The recurrent apomixis category consists of an embryo sac that arises from archisporial cell. Archisporial cell is nothing but the mother cell, which is this female cell is called as the archisporial cell. Now embryo sac that arises from archisporial cell without fertilization or the other part of the nucellus. Nucellus is the part which is present below the embryo sac. We have seen the female gametophyte in which in between there is the embryo sac present, and after that the integuments are present, and below the embryo sac there was the nucellus. If the embryo sac arises from the archisporial cell, that is the female cell, or any other part of the nucellus, then it is called as the recurrent apomixis, or it is also called as apospory in apomixis. Now the next thing in diplospory, the other thing in apomixis is diplospory. Now when megaspore mother cell give rise to embryo sac, when megaspore mother cell give rise to the embryo sac, it is called as the diplospory. The best example is taraxum. Now in non-recurrent apomixis, megaspore mother cell, the megaspore mother cell, MMC, undergoes meiotic division. Okay, MMC undergoes meiotic division and haploid embryo is formed. what we are saying, without fertilization, the MMC undergoes meiotic division and an haploid embryo is formed. Embryo arises from the egg cell or from any other haploid cell. Now the embryo arises from the egg cell. Egg cell is a haploid cell, we know that. Egg cell is a haploid cell, or from any other haploid cell that consists in an embryo sac. If any other haploid cell is present in the embryo sac, if the embryo sac arises from any other cell from the inside the female gametophyte, then it is called as non-recurrent apomixis. These non-recurrent apomixis, plants which are produces from non-recurrent apomixis, they are sterile, and the best example is Nicotiana. Now the adventive embryony, the next point is adventive embryony. Now in this, the embryo developed from somatic nucellus. Somatic is there are somatic cells present in any parts of the female gametophyte inside the ovary or the ovule. Somatic cells are present. Then if the embryo developed from the somatic nucellus or integuments are the coverings outer the embryo sac, and along with this, if the normal zygote is formed, then it gets called as adventive embryony. This gives rise to a condition called polyembryony. Now the last topics are parthenocarpy and polyembryony. Parthenocarpy was coined by Knoll. Parthenocarpy was coined by Knoll. It is the term parthenocarpy was discovered or coined by Knoll. It is a natural process. Now what does this natural process consist of? What is called as parthenocarpy? When a fruit is formed directly without fertilization, like there is no seed formation and a fruit is directly formed without fertilization process, is called as parthenocarpy. Very important to remember that there is no seed formation. Without seed formation, directly a fruit is formed, then it is called as, without the fertilization process, then it is called as parthenocarpy. And the best examples are banana, pineapple. Now, what does happens in parthenocarpy is in the placenta, where inside the female gametophyte, the placenta is placed, and it produces a hormone called as auxin IAA. Now in auxin IAA, indole acetic acid, indole 3-acetic acid, the placenta releases this hormone called as auxin IAA, indole acetic acid, which forms the fruit, which enlarges the placenta and which develops directly into the fruit without the fertilization process or without the seed formation. One thing more to remember is the fruit is seedless. Now the last point of this topic or this chapter is polyembryony. Polyembryony is nothing but the development of more than one embryo inside a single seed. When more than one embryos are formed inside a single seed, then it is called as polyembryony. Poly is nothing but more than one. Poly means more than one, and embryony is the embryo. When more than one embryo is formed inside a single seed, then it is called as polyembryony, and it was coined by Leeuwenhoek in the citrus genus. Leeuwenhoek find out the process of polyembryony in a citrus genus, and polyembryony may be true or false depending upon the embryo sac, like in same embryo sac or the different embryo sac. It may be called as true polyembryony or false polyembryony. This is the last topic of this first chapter, and we are ending with the first chapter.